Why men and women bond differently through sex. Hello, I'm Emma. Today I'm going to explain why men and women often bond so differently through sex, and why this leads to so many misunderstandings in relationships. Most people assume sex bonds men and women the same way. It doesn't. Men and women have different hormonal systems, and those systems shape how each person feels connection during and after intimacy. I want to walk you through the biology first, because it explains almost everything that follows. Oxytocin, the female bonding hormone. Oxytocin is a hormone produced in the hypothalamus. It plays a central role in social bonding, trust, and attachment. Oxytocin rises during touch, skin contact, breastfeeding, and childbirth. It's often called the bonding hormone because it makes people feel close to whoever they're with at the time it's released. During sex, oxytocin levels rise sharply, especially at orgasm. In women, this release tends to be stronger and more consistent. This is one reason many women feel emotionally closer to a partner right after sex, even if they didn't feel that closeness before. Some researchers believe this oxytocin response can also make future intimacy feel easier and more comfortable, because the brain starts associating that partner with safety and reward. Why men bond differently during sex. Men also release oxytocin during sex, but the response is generally weaker and shorter. What plays a bigger role for men is dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. Dopamine drives motivation and pleasure. It's released heavily during arousal and orgasm in men, and it creates a powerful feeling of satisfaction. But dopamine and oxytocin do different jobs. Dopamine says, "That felt good, do it again." Oxytocin says, "I feel connected to this person." Because men's sexual reward system leans more on dopamine, sexual satisfaction and emotional attachment don't always happen together in men the way they often do in women. Why men and women behave differently after sex. This hormonal difference explains a common pattern. Many women want to stay close, talk, and cuddle after sex because oxytocin is pushing them toward connection. Many men feel physically satisfied and relaxed, sometimes even sleepy because dopamine has delivered its reward and the drive behind it is dropped. Neither response is wrong. They're just different chemical processes. Vasopressin, the male bonding hormone. There's a second hormone worth knowing, vasopressin. It's closely related to oxytocin, but plays a larger role in male bonding behavior. Vasopressin increases during stress, competition, and situations that require focus or vigilance. Studies on prairie voles, a species known for lifelong pair bonding, show that vasopressin is essential for males to bond with a single mate and defend that bond. Human research is more limited, but many scientists believe vasopressin plays a similar, if smaller, role in men. How vasopressin creates emotional attachment. Vasopressin bonding tends to form through shared experience rather than through touch alone. Men often bond with people they've faced a challenge with, solved a problem with, endured something difficult with, or built trust with over time. This is different from oxytocin bonding, which can form quickly through physical closeness. Vasopressin bonding is slower, but many describe it as feeling more solid because it's built on shared effort rather than a single hormonal spike. Why relationships lose their excitement. This explains a pattern couples often notice. Love can stay strong while excitement fades. If a relationship no longer involves any shared challenge, uncertainty, or joint effort, the vasopressin side of bonding has little to work with. The relationship can still be caring and stable, built on oxytocin-driven comfort, but it can start to feel flat. Rebuilding excitement usually means creating new shared experiences, something the couple works through or achieves together, not just more comfort. Vasopressin. During sexual intimacy, the same idea shows up in the bedroom. When sex becomes completely predictable and effortless, it can start to feel less emotionally significant to a man, even if it's still physically pleasurable. This doesn't mean sex needs conflict. It means many men respond well to some sense of effort, focus, or shared goal during intimacy, not just repetition of the familiar. The male desire to solve problems. Men are often naturally goal-oriented, and this shows up during intimacy too. A helpful way to think about it. Some men treat a partner's pleasure like a project to accomplish together, something they want to figure out and get right. This isn't about keeping score. It's an illustration of how a results and effort mindset can turn a shared moment into something a man feels invested in, closer to a shared mission than a scheduled activity. The psychology behind shared achievement, creating small challenges together during intimacy, trying something new, communicating what works, adjusting together, taps into the same reward system that vasopressin drives. Teamwork itself becomes part of the bonding. When both partners succeed at something together, the sense of connection afterward tends to be stronger than when the outcome was never in question. Why some men say thank you after sex. This is also why some men express gratitude after sex in a way that sounds almost like relief or accomplishment. It's not just about pleasure. It can reflect that they feel their effort mattered and their partner's experience was real. That validation reinforces the bond built during the encounter. When sex feels emotionally empty, without any sense of shared effort or connection, sex can start to feel emotionally hollow, even when it's physically satisfying. Physical pleasure and emotional bonding are related, but they aren't the same thing. A couple can have frequent sex and still feel emotionally distant if neither the oxytocin nor the vasopressin pathway is being engaged. The importance of small challenges. Giving a partner direction, feedback, and honest reactions during intimacy does more than improve the experience physically. It gives the moment a sense of shared purpose. A partner who knows they're helping and gets to see that it worked experiences something close to what researchers call the mission accomplished effect, a small win that strengthens attachment. Why partner's orgasm matters. This is a big part of why a partner's orgasm often matters so much to men. It's proof the shared goal was reached. It's also why faking an orgasm can quietly work against a relationship. It removes the honest feedback that the bonding process depends on. And over time, it can leave both partners feeling less connected, even if neither one realizes why. Communication, instead of guesswork. It's worth being clear here. If a partner seems hesitant, distracted, or not in the mood, the right response is never to treat that as an obstacle to push through. It's a signal to slow down and talk. Misreading a partner's discomfort as something to overcome is how trust gets damaged, not built. Real bonding, for both oxytocin and vasopressin pathways, depends on both people feeling safe, heard, and free to say no at any point. Communication as a bonding tool. Talking openly about desires, preferences, and fantasies does more than improve sex. It gives both partners a way to work towards something together, which feeds the vasopressin side of bonding, while the closeness of open conversation feeds the oxytocin side. Couples who communicate well during intimacy tend to bond through both systems at once, balancing male and female bonding styles. None of this means one style of bonding is better than the other. Oxytocin-driven closeness and vasopressin-driven achievement are just different biological paths to the same goal: connection. Understanding both helps partners stop misreading each other. A woman's need for closeness after sex isn't neediness. A man's need for shared effort or challenge isn't coldness. They're two different systems working toward the same outcome. So here's what matters most. Oxytocin builds bonding through closeness and touch. Vasopressin builds bonding through shared effort and achievement. Men and women rely on these systems differently, which explains a lot of the confusion couples feel about intimacy and connection. The real fix isn't choosing one style over the other. It's understanding both, communicating openly, and giving each other room to bond in the way your biology actually works. Before you go, Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos on psychology, relationships, and human behavior. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. I am Emma. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.